we're going to get familiar with before we're going to enter one of these projects and we want to go for technical works in software. We call them sidings. Yes, the expression in the name of siding that is really effective in our projects. Siding is in fact to exterior finishing parts of these homes. What you're going to see on the elevations. They could be different materials, but the actually most practical things or materials that is used for these sidings, we call them horizontal siding, as you can see in here, or we call them even hardy panel. Yes, sometimes. So actually, it's a kind of material that it has high usage. And as you can see, it has actually horizontal patterns with the distance 6 inches or 8 inches. And the material is usually wooden. Of course, we have some better materials nowadays, and we could use sometimes, for example, for other metal. Of course, the pattern is really important actually. If the material is changed, we call it horizontal siding or hardy panel. Except that siding that we have in there, actually, another material that is it has high usage. Actually, we call it board and batten, as you can see on this picture. Actually, from the place that the stone is finished, we will talk about these stones that they have really important details. But if you pay attention, board and batten has a kind of similar pattern like actually metal roof. Of course, it is not out of metal and it's wooden. Of course, it has a kind of pattern like metal deck. Yes, of course, we have wooden board and batten, but because traditionally they've been wooden, of course, maybe we have some new materials nowadays that they will be used. Of course, all of the materials that they're actually formed from thin vertical strips, we call them board and batten. That actually we will check them on the software in future. So another material that might be used actually in here is like this. It is a lot similar to shingle on the ceilings, this one, and we call it shake. Yes, shake material. And as I told you, generally it's been wooden, of course, although and other materials could be used nowadays. Don't make mistake between this one and brick. Yes, I don't know, you can have this kind of caring, but shakes like the shingles on the roofs, they are materials that will be like tiles or, for example, woods that will be on each other. And for example, a part of the shake that is downer is under the shake above. So the joints with the joints of the brick are completely different. Yes. So we talked about bricks. Let's see how the brick is happening. For example, on this photo, as you can see on this photo, the most important things, the materials are hardy panel, as you can see, but in some parts, bricks have been used in here. Generally bricks, as this photo, as you can see, will be used like this. Yes, of course, they could be used in like soldier above the windows or doors, actually. But generally, it's exactly the general bricks that we're familiar with them. So another material that might be used, actually, it's called stucco. Yes, stucco is a kind of material, actually is a little different with others, and they will be used actually a little less. They will have, for example, less works. They are like cement. They could be happened, for example, in different colors, and they might have a simple pattern, and it doesn't have any kind of threading. And next to this stucco, we will see stone, for example, like here, for example, this picture, as you can see, and the layer that we have in here, we have a stone, and we call it actually. We will talk about this layer of stone what is exactly happening in here. We call it ledge, stone ledge, brick ledge. It depends on the material that it is. For example, the stone or brick. Yes, of course, stone and brick could be both in main actually viewing or even in ledge. Yes, it could be used for ledge. As you can see in this picture, it is brick actually as the main viewing in here, and stone, yes, is used for as a kind of ledge. Yes, it's been used like this. If we look at it totally, we think with ourselves that it should be a kind of original concrete structure, a kind of stone structure, and it's a little old style house. Yes, but it is wooden home. Yes, wooden structure. How can I understand? Because the siding that you see from outside, the material, it could be completely different with the material is been used, for example, with the for the home, and about the literature, about the gables, about the details, about the shingles, about the sidings that you can see, for example, in the corner. Exceptionally, it's instead of the horizontal, it's vertical. Yes, the fascia that I can see about the gutter, and in summary, all of the elements that I can see in here are related to wooden structure. So I can understand that, for example, the happening that I can see in here is about a wooden structure. The siding of that has been masonry from. But this ledge has a lot of stories. Please pay attention to the legend here. It's a stone ledge that is until a height, and after that we have a row of stone with a kind of, for example, breaking in here on it. And in here exactly we have this one like this. If you pay attention for the wall that is from above there, when you pay attention to next to that, actually it seems we have a row of stone, which is different with the bricks under it. And finally, if we pay attention on this photo, it's completely clear above the ledge we have a row that is completely different with others. You know, the things that are different, that they are different rows, yes, on the ledges, or like here and here, actually we call them water tables. Yes, these are some things like slopings that we call them water table, and they're separator for the main view materials from the material of the ledge. Yes, in here in the main view it seems to be brick and the ledge is stone, but again we have the water table. So if you pay attention, it is like this. Above we have brick and under it we have stone. So it's not like this that for sure we have for above we have wooden actually siding material and we have something out of the masonry things that we work water table. The answer is no. Ever that we have the actually ledge, on the ledge we will have the water table for sure. And this is the kind of better details for the happenings that is happening in water table that I got it from IRC 2021. And as you can see, we have a kind of masonry in here. Of course, a brick or a stone is not important. Above it we have the main wall. In here it is wooden, and actually it doesn't have any kind of wood or stone. And it's in backside under it we have a water table. Actually, as you can see, it's breaking, or for example it has crooked shape, and usually they will be under the windows. And after that it's been continued deciding above it. Of course, deciding like this picture could be masonry, or could be something out of the or different from masonry, from board and batten or something like that. So this is the detail for the ledge under it, and it's really important, and actually the water table is going to happen on it.